Hi, I'm Kara. Today I'm going to review The Doll Master and Other Tales of Terror by Joyce Carol Oates. That is the physical book cover. I actually listened to it for the most part, so here is what the audio cover looks like on the Hoopla app. So I had an uncorrected proof of this somewhere. Somehow I got a hold of an uncorrected proof, and it sat on my bookshelf. I never really wanted to crack the cover. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it didn't have a compelling cover. It just had a plain red, boring cover in the proof. But anyway, I wanted to get it off my shelf. I wanted to get it read, so I ended up looking to see if there was an audiobook version. And there was on Hoopla, so I downloaded that and got rolling on the book. It still took me most of this library closure time between mid-March and now to get it finished, but I'm glad that I did finally read it. So The Doll Master and Other Tales of Terror is just how it sounds. It is a collection of short stories, all by the same author, and all having been previously published as short stories in literary magazines or in collective works. Each story is creepy or scary or disturbing in its own way. The title story, for example, is about a man who collects dolls throughout his young life from childhood to adulthood. And that can be creepy to some people in its own right, but definitely creepier when his true nature is revealed at the end of the story. Another is a story of a family's secret involving a python as a family pet. And another story is about a young girl's terrifying experience house sitting for her teacher's cat. Most of the stories I thought had predictable plots or predictable endings, but they were all suspenseful along the way, even if you had some idea or could predict somehow the way that the story was going to end. There were stories in this collection with endings that left you hanging. You didn't really know if what you thought happened really happened. The audiobook of this collection of short stories was over 8 hours long, so that gives you an idea of how long each of the 6 stories in the collection are, and how that compares to the length of a novel on audio. You should expect some gore in the stories, as well as gun violence, sexual assault, unresolved endings, as I talked about, and of course that icky feeling you get with some disturbing stories or disturbing characters. The Doll Master and Other Tales of Terror is readily available. Hedberg owns the fiction copy, as I showed you. We also do have a large print fiction copy. The ebook is accessible through Overdrive or Hoopla, and Hoopla owns the e-audiobook, as I showed you. So if that sounds interesting to you, give it a try. It is The Doll Master and Other Tales of Terror by Joyce Carol Oates. Thanks for watching.